बिलावल महला पंजमा रोग गया प्रभाव गवाया नींद पई सुख सहज कर आया रहाओ राज राज भोजन खाओ मेरे पाए अमृत नामृत माहे त्याए नानक गुर पूरे सरनाए जिनो अपने नाम की पैज रखाए। O true Master, the fever has gone and subsided through your grace, and you have blessed us with the complete recovery and comforts which has brought peace of mind. Pause. O brother, let us partake the food of true name in full measure and recite the nectar of true name with love in the hearts. O Nanak, I have sought refuge at the lotus feet of the Guru, who has protected our honor to uphold the efficacy of true name. Bilawal Mahalla Panjama Satgur Kar Dine Asthir Kar Bar Rahao जो जो निंद करैन ग्रहण की तिस आगे ही मारै करतार नानक दास ताकी सरनाई जाको शब्द अखंड अपार। The people who slander the company of holy saints, they are punished by God in the first instance. However, we have attained peace and stability of mind through opening of the gates of holy congregations. Pause. O Nanak, I have sought the support of the true Master, whose will prevails always as he is ever existent. He cannot be altered by anyone. Bilawal Mahalla Panjama ताप संताप सगले गए बिन से ते रोग पार ब्रह्म तू बख्शिया संतन रस भोग रहाओ सर्ब सुखा तेरी मंडली तेरा मन तन आरोग गुण गाओ नित राम के ए अवखद जोग आए बसो कर देश में ए भले संजोग नानक प्रभु सुप्रसन्न भये लह गए वियोग। The ills of various kinds or other upheavals in life have been cast away along with the suffering caused by fever of sins. We have enjoyed the bliss of God's true name through company of holy saints. Pause. O brother, let us sing the praises of God daily, as this true name, that is the malady of all ills, gives us a permanent relief. So our mind and body has become free of all ills or maladies, as we recited the true name in the company of holy saints, which is an embodiment of bliss. O Nanak, the God has provided us this wonderful chance so that our wanderings have come to an end. Now we have attained peace and tranquility of mind by inculcating the love of God in the heart. He has united us with Himself by shedding away all our sufferings of separation when He got pleased with us. Bilawal Mahalla Panjama काहू संग न चालही माया जंजाल ऊठ सिधारे छत्रपत संतन कै ख्याल रहाओ अबुध कौ बिनसना एहि तुर की टाल बहु जोनी जुन में मरै बिखया बिकराल। The people who are engrossed by the bondage of worldly falsehood, they have realized that this Maya does not keep company at the time of death. The saints have realized its true worth, and even the kings have gone empty-handed from this world. Pause. This has been the practice from the beginning, that one loses one's senses with egoistic tendencies, and then one passes through various forms of life in the cycle of births and deaths by getting involved in vicious and sinful actions. सत बचन साधु कहे नित जप है गोपाल सिमर सिमर नानक तरे हर के रंग लाल. The saints always speak the truth since they always remember death and recite God's true name daily. They have crossed this ocean of life successfully. O Nanak, they are always imbued with the love of the God like the fast color of Majid, and they are immersed in true name. बिलावल महला पंजमा सहज समाधानंद सुख पूरे गुरदीन सदा सहाय संग प्रभ अमृत गुण चीन रहाओ. जय जयकार जगत्र में लोचे सब जिया सुप्रसन्न भय सतगुर प्रभु कछ बिघन न थिया. जाका अंग दयाल प्रभुता के सब दास सदा सदा वडियाया नानक गुर पास. The perfect Guru has blessed us with the bliss of enjoying great joy and comforts in the state of equipoise. By meditating in silence on true God, we have realized the great nectar-like virtues and praises of God and understood that the God is always supporting and helping us, being with us all the time. Pause. The true Guru is pleased with us, which has resulted in ridding us of all our sufferings. Thus we are being saluted and acclaimed all over the world. O Nanak, the Guru always controls the great virtues or praises, and then the people, blessed by God Benefactor, find the whole world looking up to them for support as their master. राग बिलावल महला पंजमा कर पंजमा चौपदे एक ओंकार सतगुर प्रसाद. मृत मंडल जग साजया ज्यों बालू कर बार बिन सत बार न लागई ज्यों कागद बुंदार. सुन मेरी मनसा मनै माहे सत देख विचार सद साधिक गिरहि जोगी तज गए कर बार रहाओ. This world has been set with the fear of death. This is a perishable realm. The world has been made like a house of sand. In no time at all it is destroyed like the paper drenched with water. Try to listen to my teachings carefully and try to realize the truth by contemplating on it and forget about falsehood. All the people, including siddhas with occult powers, sadhiks or mendicants engaged in meditation, or householders and yogis or others having human forms, after leading their lives in this world, they face death and leave this world. Pause. जैसा सुपना रैन काल तैसा संसार दुष्टमान सब बिनसिए क्या लगे गवार. कहाँ सुपाई मीत है देख नैन पसार. एक चाल सहे सब अपनी वार. जिन पूरा सतगुर सेवया से अस्थिर हर द्वार. जन नानक हर का दास है राख पैज मुरार. This world is false and unreal, just as the night dream is not real or true. All the worldly possessions that we see with the eyes in the world, they are all perishable. O foolish human, why does this human gets engrossed in the love of false possessions? Try to perceive the world with your open eyes, shining with knowledge, and realize the futility of this life. Tell us, where have your brothers or friends with short spans of life gone. Some people have already died and gone, whereas the others are ready to face death, and still some others are awaiting their turns and pass off quietly. O Nanak, people who have served the perfect Guru, they have attained peace in God's presence by imbibing the love of the God and have saved themselves from the cycle of births and deaths. I am a slave of God who protects the honor of his slaves himself, just as the demon Moor was killed by God Krishna. बिलावल महला पंजमा लोकन किया वड्याइया बैसंतर पागो जो मिले प्यारा अपना ते बोल करागो जो प्रभु जियो दयाल होए तो भगति लागो लपट रहो मन बासना गुर मिले त्यागो रहा. I would like to speak the language which would help me to unite with my beloved God. Praises or claim of the worldly thing should be discarded as meaningless, since there is no reality in it. I would manage to worship the God, provided He bestows His benevolence on us through His grace. Then I would like to cast away from mind, engrossed in the worldly pleasures, all my vicious thoughts and sinful actions through the support of the Guru. Pause. Karo binanti atkani eujio homago arth an sab varya pre nimak sohago. I would pray and request the Guru with love and devotion, and would burn this egoism of mine in the fire by casting away all my worldly desires. I would rather sacrifice all my efforts and clever moves, including all other functions, over the pleasure and bliss of Vaheguru. पंच संग गुर ते छूटै दोख अर रागो हृदय प्रकाश प्रगट भया निसबासर जागो शरण सुहागन आया जिस मस्तक पागो कहु नानक तिन पाया तन मन सीत लागो. The enlightenment of the lamp of the knowledge of God has enabled me to realize the true form or personification of the true Master, so that I remain awake now from the slumber of ignorance throughout the day and night. Now I have gotten rid of all 5 vices like phantom desires, anger, through the Guru's word, thus casting away all my ills and vices. O Nanak, the Guru-minded people who have sought the support of holy saints are fortunate enough being predestined by God's will. They have attained peace and tranquility of mind. बिलावल महला पंजमा लाल रंग तिसको लगा जिसके वड पागा मैला कदे न हुए न लागे दागा प्रपाया सुखदाया मिलया सुख पाए सहित समाना पीतरे छोड़या न जाए रहा जरा मरा नहीं व्यापई फिर दुख न पाया पी अमृत आखानिया गुर अमर कराया सो जाने जिन चाखिया हर नाम अमोला कीमत कही न जाइए क्या कह मुख बोला सफल दरस तेरा पार ब्रह्म गुण निध तेरी बाणी पाओ तूर तेरे दास की नानक कुर्बानी. The fortunate people, predestined by God's will, they are imbued with the love of God, which does not get besmirched with the filth of vices or be discarded for any other reason. O true Master and God benefactor, the people who are united with perfect Guru effortlessly in their routine, they have inculcated the love of God in the heart. O man, you have gained equality with saints of God. Now you cannot be separated from Him. Pause. Old age and death cannot touch such people, and they shall not suffer pain again. Drinking in ambrosial nectar, they remain satisfied. The Guru makes them immortal. Only those know its taste who have tasted the priceless name of God. Its value cannot be estimated. What can I say with my mouth? Fruitful is the blessed vision of your darshan, O Supreme God. The word of your Bani is treasure of virtues. Please bless me with the dust of the feet of your slaves. O Nanak, I am sacrificed here. बिलावल महिला पंजमा राखो अपनी शरण प्रभु मोहे कृपा तारे सेवा कछु न जानु नीच मूर्खारे मान करो तदुपरे मेरे प्रीतम प्यारे हम अपराधी सद भूलते तुम बख्शन हारे रहा. O true Master, may you protect me under your cover through your grace and save my honor in this world. I am the greatest fool, being lower than the lowest being, as I do not know how to serve you. O my beloved God, I am always proud of you. I sing your praises, as we the sinners are always like to forget that you are blessing us through your grace with all the benedictions. O true Master, we are always engrossed in the love of our slave Maya, and you are bestowing all your benedictions on us, pardoning us. Pause. हम अवगुण करें असंख्य नीत तुम निर्गुण दातारे दासी संगत प्रभु त्यागे करम हमारे तुम देवो सब किछ दया तार हम अकृत कनारे लाग परे तेरे दान स्यों नेह चित खस मारे तुझते बाहर किछ नहीं पव काटन हारे कहो नानक शरण दयाल गुर लेहो मुगत उधारे. O true Master, we always join the company of the slave Maya, bereft of God's worship, and we are engaged in many sinful actions, engrossed in uncountable vices. However, you are bestowing all your blessings by accepting sinners like us. O God, we are so thankless that we do not recognize your blessings, whereas you are bestowing all the comforts of life through your grace. We are such great fools that we get attached to the worldly possessions only which you have bestowed and forsake the God benefactor completely. We do not have any love for the recitation of his true name. O Nanak, there is nothing else in this world except the reality of God's presence. You alone could save us from the cycle of births and deaths. O Vaheguru, we have sought your support only. May we be enabled to cross this ocean of life successfully through your grace. Bilawal Mahalla Panjama दोष न काहू दीजिए प्रभु अपना ध्याये जित सेविय सुख होए कना मन सोई गाये कहिए काय प्यारे तुझ बिना तुम दयाल स्वामी सब अवगन हमारा. Let us not blame someone else for the punishment of our own vicious and sinful actions. We should rather worship the true Master, as we could gain peace and tranquility of mind by serving the true God. Let us therefore sing the praises of God with love and devotion. O Vaheguru, whom else except you could we explain the state of our mind? You are our only God benefactor and our true Master, whereas we are full of flaws and shortcomings. Pause. जो तुम राखो त्यों रहा, अवर नहीं चारा, नीतरया तर तेरिया, एक नाव मधारा। जो तुम करो सोई भला, मन लेता मुक्ता, सगल समगरी तेरिया, सब तेरी जुगता। चरण पखारो कर सेवा, जी ठाकुर पावे, हो कृपाल दयाल प्रभु नानक गुण गावे। O true Master, we lead this life according to your dictates as per your will and as it pleases you, since we have no other alternative except this and live accordingly. O God, O supporter of the helpless, I have sought refuge at your lotus feet and have the support of true name alone. May you bestow us with your true name through your grace. We should follow your dictates as per your will and accept gladly whatever you bestow on us. Whoever follows your will attains salvation. O Vaheguru, this man accepts all the worldly possessions as your benedictions, perceiving you everywhere with your power, directing our actions. O Nanak, I would wash the holy feet of the saints only when it pleases the God and serve them as well. O Vaheguru, I would always sing your praises when you bless me with your grace. बिलावल महला पंजमा, मृत हसै सिर उपरे, पसुआ नहीं बूझै, बाद साध अहंकार में मरना नहीं सूझै। सतगुर सेवो आपना, काहे फिरो भागे, देख कसुम्भा रंगला, काहे फूल लागे। रहाओ, the death is laughing at our heads, but this foolish man, having the intelligence or behaving like animals, does not realize it. This woman has forgotten that one would be facing death soon one day, and remains engrossed in the love of vicious and sinful actions, including egoism. O unfortunate woman, why you do not serve the true Guru? Why are you suffering through the ages without Guru's guidance? Why have you lost the right path in life, being engrossed in the love of worldly pleasures, considering its temporary charm as the fast color or the permanent nature? Pause. कर कर पाप दर्ब किया वर्तन कहताई, माटी स्यों माटी रली, नागा उठ जाई। जाके किया श्रम करे ते बैर विरोधी, अंत काल पज जाहेंगे, काहे जलो करोधी। दास ऋण सोई होआ, जिस मस्तक कर्मा, कहो नानक बंधन छूटे, सतगुर की सरना। You have amassed wealth for your use by committing lot of sins without realizing that this body will mingle with dust in the end, leaving the worldly possessions in a naked state. O man, you are looking after all the relations and you tire yourself in their service, but in your old age or at the time of death, they become your enemies and they run away, seeing you in distress and trouble. O fool, try to think and realize the truth. Why are you fretting and fuming with rage? O Nanak, the fortunate people, predestined by God's will, become the slave of God by taking refuge at the lotus feet of holy saints, as all our shackles of bondage have been cut off and we have attained salvation. बिलावल महला पंजमा, पिंगल पर्वत पार परे, खल चतुर्भ कीता, अंधले त्रिभुवन सूझया, गुर पेट पुनीता। महिमा साधु संग की, सुनो मेरे मीता, मैल खोई कोट अग हरे, निर्मल भय जीता। रहाओ, ऐसी भगत गोविंद की, कीट हसती जीता, जो जो कीनो आपनो तिस अभय दान दीता। सिंह बलाई हुए गयो, तृण मेर दिखीता, श्रम करते दम आढ़को, ते गनीत नीता। कवन वढ़ाई कह सको बेअन गुनीता, कर कृपा महि नाम देहो, नानक दर सरीता। Even the lame people could cross the mountains, as the company of holy saints had made the fools even wiser and clever. Even the blind people realized the secrets of the three worlds by uniting with the Guru and getting enlightened. O my friend, listen to the value and worthiness of the company of holy saints. By joining the company of holy saints, we have gotten rid of all the world and afflictions along with various sins. Even the companies have got their hearts purified. Pause. O brother, the worship of God is so strong and worthwhile that even an ant could win over an elephant, or the humility has conquered, subdued the mind. People who have been accepted as devotees of God, they have been made fearless by holy saints. O brother, by ridding us of our egoism, it appears that the lion is behaving like a cat. The world, which appears strong like the summer mountain, now seems helpless like a straw. The penniless person who used to labor endlessly for money have become wealthy, though they were suffering earlier to earn even a small amount. O Nanak, how could I praise the holy saints and express their greatness? The holy saints are the masters of many virtues. O Vaheguru, may you bless us with God's true name through your grace. You are the master of many virtues, being a fountainhead of goodness, whereas we are the slaves at your gates. बिलावल मिला पंजमा, अम्बुद बर्बाद नीत, लोभ रसना साध, लपट कपट ग्रह बेधया, मिथ्या बिख्यात। ऐसी पेखी नेत्र में पूरे गुर प्रसाद, राज मिलख धन जो बना, नामै बिनु बात रहाओ। The human beings wrangle with each other due to their egoism and engage themselves in various sinful actions due to their egoism and to satisfy their tongue's taste. This man is normally engrossed in worldly pleasures and other household chores. All the wishes and sinful actions they remain engaged in that are representative of the poisonous nature of worldly pleasures. I've seen the whole world through the grace of perfect Guru and realized that without the support of true name, all the comforts, the kingdoms, riches, wealth and youth are fruitless. Pause. रूप धूप सौगंधता कापर पुगाद, मिलत संग पापिष्ट तन होए दुर्गाद। फिरत फिरत मानख पया, खिन पंगन देहात, एओ सरते चूकिया बहु जोन प्रमाद। प्रभु कृपा ते गुर मिले हर हर बिस्माद, सुख सहज नानक नंदता कै पूरनाद। All the beautiful faces, fragrant scents for the body, rich clothes, or delicious foods become like poison by mixing with sinners like us. Oh brother, we have attained this invaluable human life after going through various forms of life in the cycle of births and deaths, whereas this body along with other worldly possessions will perish one day. If this man forgets God's worship even in this human life, then he passes through the lives of animals like pigs and dogs. O Nanak, the Guru-minded people have enjoyed the eternal bliss and listened to the praises of God with joy. The people who have united with Guru through God's grace have become an embodiment of God by reciting true name. बिलावल महला पंजमा, चरण भय संत बोहिथा, तरे सागर जेत, मार्ग पाए उद्यान में गुर दसे पेत हर 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 हरे हर 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 हेत उठत बैठत सोवते हर 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 चेत Raham. The lotus feet of the holy saints are like the ship of safety with whose support we could cross this ocean of life successfully. The holy saints who have realized the truth, nature's secrets through Guru's guidance, they have subdued the vicious thoughts or sinful actions, and they have joined the company of such saints while passing through the path of knowledge and worship in this wilderness of the world. The people who have developed love for the pure and true name of the God always recite the true name, remember that God while in a standing, sitting or sleeping postures. Pause. पंच चोर आ गए भगे जब साध संगीत पूंजी साबत कणो लाभ ग्रह शोभा सेत नेचल आसन मिति चिंत नाही डोलेत परम पुलावा मिट गया प्रभ पेखत नेत गुण गंभीर गुण नायका गुण कहिए केत नानक पाया साध संग हर हर अमरे. Once we join the company of holy and virtuous saints, we find the five thieves like wanton desires running before us. We get rid of them and they are cast away. Then by reciting true name, this life is made successful by realizing God within the heart and we get praised and acclaimed. Now the Guru-minded people have gotten free from all the worries by attaining a peaceful abode immersed in God's love, and they do not waver anymore. Having perceived the God with their own eyes, they have gotten rid of their doubts, whims, and dual-mindedness. O Nanak, such holy saints have filled themselves with virtues like thoughtfulness and serenity. They are full of virtues, so how could we evaluate them? The Guru-minded people who have recited true name in the company of holy saints have attained the nectar like true God. Bilawil mahilla panjma टहल करो तेरे दास की पाग चारों बाल मस्तक अपना पेट देओ गुण सुनो रसाल तुम्हें मिलते मेरा मन जियो तुम मिलो दयाल निस्बासुर मन अनंत होत चित्तवत कृपाल. O true Master, this is our only desire, that we should serve your holy saints and clean the dust of their lotus feet with our hair. I would offer myself as a sacrifice to the holy saints and then listen to your praises from them. O true Master, O God benefactor, by meeting you I get a new urge and zest for life within my heart. O Vaheguru, I pray, unite us with yourself through your grace. O God benefactor, I am enjoying the bliss of life day and night by reciting your true name. Pause. Jagat udharan sadh prabh tin lagu pal moko dijay dan prabh santan pagara. I've sought the support of the holy saints who are helping the world to attain salvation. O true Master, may you bestow us with the dust of the lotus feet of your holy saints as your gift. Ukat syanap kach nahi, nahi kach kal, prampe rakho mohte, kato jam jal. No, we do not possess the cleverness or our wisdom, the cleverness of our tongue or sweet language of describing God's praises, or even any capacity of doing virtuous deeds, any other qualities. Even then, O Vaheguru, may you protect us from our whims, fear of cycle of rebirths and worldly attachments, including the noose of Yama, god of death. बिनु करो करुणापते पिता प्रतिपाल गुण गावो तेरे साध संग नानक सुख साल. O Nanak, my only prayer to the God, the ocean of grace and God benefactor, sustainer of all beings, is that I may be enabled to sing His praises in the company of holy saints, which is the abode of bliss. बिलावल महला पंजमा कीता लोड़हे सो करह तुझ बिन कछ नाहे परताप तुम्हारा देख कै जमदूत छड़ जाहे तुमरी कृपा ते छूटियै बिन सैह में सर्व कला समरथ प्रभ पूरे गुरुदेव रहाओ. O true Master, no one is capable of doing anything without your support, and whatever happens is as per your will and as it pleases you. Even the Yama, god of death, runs away, leaving the dead body, a man in panic because of the might of your true name being recited by your devotee. O perfect Guru, O all-powerful true Guru, it is through your grace and benevolence that we get emancipated from the bondage of worldly attachments along with the love of worldly possessions and its falsehood. Pause. खोजत खोजत खोजे यार नामे बिन कूर जीवन सुख सब साध संग प्रभ मन सापूर जित जित लाओ तित तित लग्यहे सियानप सब जाली जत कत तुम परपूर हो मेरे दीन दयाली. O Vaheguru, we have realized after great research that except the God's true name, everything else in the world is unreal and false, and the company of holy saints is the only abode of bliss and peace. O Vaheguru, may our wish be fulfilled and the desire of joining the company of holy saints be granted. O true Master, we accepted your will in and followed the path as directed by you, having burnt our cleverness. O God benefactor, we have perceived you pervading everywhere in full measure wherever we look around. Sab kish tum te mangna vad bhage paaye nanak ki ardas prabh jeeva gun gaye. We have sought everything we have desired from the God only, as whatever we have received is based on our good fortune as predestined by God's will. O true Master, my only prayer to you is to enable me to sing your praises only, O Nanak, so long as I lead this human life. बिलावल महला पंजमा साध संगत कै बास बै कलमल सब नसना प्रभ सेती रंग रात्या तारते गर्भ न ग्रसना नाम कहत गोविंद का सूची भई रसना मन तन निर्मल होई है गुर का जप जपना रहा. By joining the company of holy saints, all our sins get destroyed through the fear of this company. In fact, the human being is not caught in the cycle of births and deaths by inculcating the love of the true Master. O brother, the tongue gets purified by repeating the true name of God, and body and mind also gets purified by listening to the message of the Guru, and the individual gets immersed in the recitation of God's true name. Pause. हर रस चाखत त्रापया मन रस लय हसना बुध प्रकाश प्रगट भई उलट कमल बिगसना The saints get thrilled and enjoy the attainment of God's true name, and they get satiated by partaking the true name as they get enlightened with it. The heart in the form of the upside down tilted lotus flower then gets straightened up, and a ray of hope dawns on the individual as one attains the right type of wisdom. शीतल शान संतोख होए सब बूझी तृष्णा दह दिस तावत मिट गए निर्मल थान बसना राखन हारे राखया भय प्रम पसना नाम निधान नानक सुखी पेख साध दरसना. Nor the fire of worldly desires when the heart gets distinguished as we attain peace and tranquility of mind by attaining the qualities of peace and contentment within. The mind gets stabilized when the love of God gets inculcated in one's heart and stops running around in all 10 directions as it rests now within its true abode. राखन हारे राखया पय प्रम पसना नाम निधान नानक सुखी पेख साध दरसना. O Nanak, now the God has saved the human being from the onslaughts of the worldly sufferings, and all the doubts and misgivings have been reduced to ashes. We have enjoyed the state of bliss by perceiving a glimpse of holy saints and attaining the treasure of true name. Bilawal Mahalla Panjama Pani Pakha Peace Das Kai Tab Hoye Nihal Raj Milakh Sikdariyan Agni Mein Ja संत जना का छोहरा तिस चरणी लाग माया तारी छत्रपत तिन्ह छोड़ो त्याग रहा. We get overjoyed with the thrill of serving the devotees of God, just as we enjoy in the service by fanning them, bringing water or grinding flour for them. I would burn all the comforts of life, including any kingdoms, the control of lands, or any other royalties received thereof, as I have no love lost for them. O brother, I would seek refuge at the lotus feet of smallest slave of God, even though there may be many kings along with the control of all worldly possessions. I would prefer to serve the devotees of the holy saints, discarding all other kings or landlords. Pause. संतन का दाना रूखा सो सर्व निधान ग्रह साकत छत्ती प्रकार के भिक्षु समान. The dry, cheap morsel of food from the saints is the fountainhead of all worldly treasures and is sweeter and more blissful than all the riches. As opposed to this, the food taken from the house of unvirtuous person is more painful and troublesome than even poison. Pagat jana ka lugra od nagan na hoi sakat sir pao resmi pehrat pat khoi. O true master, even a torn piece of cloth given by the saint would be enough to cover our nakedness, whereas even a silken cloth given by the God-forsaken person would be enough to discredit us and bring us disrepute all around. साकत स्यों मुख जोरिए अध विचों टूटे हर जन की सेवा जो करे इत उतह छूटे. The love of the company of the bad person gets disenchanted even midway. O true Master, the person who serves your saints gets free from worldly bondage or all other sufferings. सब किछ तुम ही ते होआ आप बनत बनाई दर्शन पेटत साधका नानक गुण गाए. O Nanak, the true Master is controlling everything and has created the whole universe along with the worldly drama. O Vaheguru, now we are longing to sing your praises in the company of your saints, having a glimpse of their vision. Bilawal Mahalla Panjama Sarvani Suno Har Har Hare Thakur Jas Gavo Sant Charan Kar Sees Tar Har Naam Tyavo Kar Kirpa Dayal Prabh E Nid Siddh Pavo Sant Jana Ki Renuka Le Mathe Lao Rahao. O true Master, my only prayer to you is that I may be enabled to recite your true name by taking the support of the lotus feet of holy saints, by placing my head at their feet while listening to the true name with my ears, and by singing your praises with my tongue. O God benefactor, by applying the dust of the lotus feet of your saints on my forehead, it would amount to the attainment of the occult powers by me, provided you bestow your grace and benevolence on me. Pause. Neech te neech at neech hoye kar bino bulavo pav malova aap tyag sant sang samavo saas saas ne visare अन कतहि न तावो सफल दर्शन गुरु पेटिय मान मोह पिटावो सत्य संतोख दया तरम श्रृंगार बनावो सफल सुहागण नानका अपने प्रभ पावो. I would seek the company of holy saints for performing this service like a humble servant, and then ridding myself of all ego, I would rub the lotus feet, thus finally merging with your company. O true Master, may I never forsake your true name even for a second, and never run after the worship of other gods and goddesses, having forgotten your true name. Then I wish to have a glimpse of the Guru with such a success that I would cast away all my egoism and worldly attachments, having gotten rid of all my sins. O Nanak, may I be enabled to embellish myself with the virtues of truthfulness, patience, mercy, and religious fervor. O true Master, thus I may gain your acceptance as a beloved devotee for you, thus making a success of this human life in your service. Bilawal Mahalla Panjama अटल बचन साधु जना सब में प्रगटाया जिस जन हुआ साध संग तिस पेटे हर राया. ए प्रतीत गोविंद की जप हर सुख पाया अनेक बातां सब कर रहे गुर कर ले आया रहा. It is known to everyone that the words of the holy saints are always true, and they carry maximum weight like a drawn line on a stone. And the people who get a chance of company of holy saints, they attain the God himself. We have enjoyed the bliss of life by reciting true name in the company of holy saints who have inculcated our faith in them. Now the mind is established with peace within itself, and leaving all other efforts, we are enjoying the eternal bliss by reciting true name. Pause. शरण परे की राखता नाही सहसाया कर्म भूम हर नाम बोए अवसर दुलभाया अंतर जामी आप प्रभ सब करे कराया पतित पुनीत कणे करे ठाकुर बिरदाया मत भूलो मानख जन माया पर माया नानक तिस पत राखसी जो प्रभ पहराया. There is no doubt in our mind that the God always protects the honor of those people who have sought His support by taking refuge at His lotus feet. Then the performance of virtuous deeds in life is like sowing the seeds of goodness on this earth of life, which is like the recitation of true name in this human life. That is the only time usefully spent. The God who is omniscient makes us act according to His dictates, being the cause and effect of everything, and His will is supreme. The true Master has purified many sinners like us. This is His only objective. O Nanak, the God protects the honor of those people who have been blessed with the boon of His true name. O human beings, let us not forsake the true name in the pursuit of worldly falsehood and remain immersed in the love of true God always. Bilawal Mahalla Panjama Mati te jin sajya kar durlabh deh अनिक छिद्र मन में टके निर्मल दृष्टे क्यों बिसरै प्रभ मनै ते जिसके गुण प्रभ तज रचे जे आन स्यों सोरलियै खेह रहाओ. The God has created this invaluable human life out of the 5 elements and has kept many vicious thoughts hidden within it. Though this human frame looks beautiful from outer appearance and the body appears pure, how could we forget such a benevolent God who has bestowed on us so many virtues? This human being gets mingled with the dust due to one's involvement in vicious and sinful acts like dual-mindedness, having forsaken Vaheguru's true name. Pause. सिमरो सिमरो सास सास मत बिलम करे छोड़ पर पंच प्रभ स्यों रचो तज कूड़े नेह जिन अनिक एक बहुरंग किए हैं होसिए कर सेवा तिस पार ब्रह्म गुर ते मत लेह ऊंचे ते ऊंचा वड्डा सब संग बरनेह दास दास को दासरा नानक कर लेह. Let us recite God's true name every moment with every breath of life without doing any delay. Let us develop the love of God's true name, leaving the deceptions of this worldly falsehood and the attachment to worldly possessions that are unreal. The God who has created various beings of different hues and forms is ever existent, being omnipresent during all 3 ages. Let us therefore serve Him by reciting true name through Guru's guidance. O Nanak, the true Master is the highest and the greatest authority in this universe and is the supporter of all beings. The whole world sings the praises of such wonderful God, so my prayer to Him is to accept me also as the slave of His slaves. Bilawal Mahalla Panjama एक टेक गोविंद की त्यागी अन आस सब ऊपर समर्थ प्रभ पूरन गुणतास जन का नाम आधार है प्रभ सरणी पाहे परमेश्वर का आसरा संतन मन माहे रहाओ. Having discarded all other help, we have now sought the support of the true God alone. The God Almighty holds His control over all the beings, and the ocean of all virtues, the true Master, pervades everywhere in equal measure. The holy saints who always seek refuge at the lotus feet of true Master depend on the support of true name at all times. Pause. आप रखे आप देवसी आपे प्रतपारै दीन दयाल कृपा निधे सास सास समारै करण हार जो कर रहया साई वड्याई गुरपुरै उपदेसया सुख खसम रजाई चिंत अंदेसा गणत तज जन हुकुम पछाता नेह बिन सैनाय छोड़ जाए नानक रंग राता. The true Master always protects our honor and blesses us with His favors and benedictions, thus sustaining us by all possible means. The holy saints remember that God Benefactor, the fountainhead of all benevolence, by reciting His true name every moment of their life. The holy saints always perceive the greatness and might of true God in everything which the true Master is directing as per His will. However, the Guru-minded people who are guided by perfect Guru's message, they always enjoy the eternal bliss by following God's will. O Nanak, the holy saints have realized the value of God's dictates as per His will, having discarded all their doubts, fears, or other calculations. The true Master is ever existent, being imperishable, and never disappears from our midst. Thus, we should always continue imbibing the love of God. Bilawal Mahilla Panjama महातपत ते भई शांत पर सत पाप नाठे अंधकूप में गलत थे काढ़े दे हाथे ओए हमारे साजना हम उनकी रेन जिन पे तत होवत सुखी जी दान देन रहाओ. By perceiving a glimpse of the holy saints, we could extinguish the fire of vicious thought and worldly desires within us, and all our sins vanish by the touch of lotus feet of the holy saints. We were rotting in the blind well of sinful actions when the saints have saved us by lending their helping hand. The holy saints are our real friends and comrades, whereas we are like the dust of their lotus feet, and we get the bliss of life by joining their company. The saints have bestowed on us this boon of leading a true life in their company. Pause. परापुर बला लिखिया मिलिया अब आए बस्त संग हर साध कै पूरन आसाए पै बिन से तेहु लोक के पाए सुख थान दया करी समरथ गुर बसया मन नाम नानक की तू टेक प्रभ तेरा आधार करण कारण समरथ प्रभ हर अगम अपार. We have been fortunate being predestined by God's will to enjoy the company of such holy saints, and we were enabled to fulfill all our cherished desires and hopes by joining the company of holy saints, holy congregations. We have cast away the fear of cycle of births and deaths for all the 3 ages, enjoying the eternal bliss. O Vaheguru, the Guru has blessed us with his grace so that we have been enabled to inculcate the love of God's true name in our hearts. O Nanak, we have the support of true Master in our mind, who is mainstay of this human body. O true God, you are the God creator of this universe, being all-powerful, though you are beyond our reach and comprehension. बिलावल महल्ला पंजमा, सोई मलीन दीनहीन जिस प्रभ बिसराना, करने हार न भुजई आप गने बिगाना, दुख तदे जद विसरै सुख प्रभ चित आए, संतन कै आनंदे हो नित हर गुण गाए रहाओ. This foolish human being does not realize the greatness and importance of God Creator and instead considers oneself as the Creator. This selfful, faithless person considers oneself as a distinct and separate from the one and only God. O true Master, the person who has forsaken and forgotten your true name is in fact filthy and without having any honorable status in this society. O true Master, whenever we forsake your true name, we are made to undergo a lot of sufferings, but we enjoy all the comforts of life whenever we remember you and recite your true name. That is why the holy saints always enjoy the eternal bliss of life as they continue singing the praises of God all the time. Pause. ऊंचे ते नीचा करे नीच खिन में थापे, कीमत कही न जाए ठाकुर परतापे, पेखत लीला रंग रूप चलने दिन आया, सुपने का सुपना भया संग चलिया कमाया, करण कारण समर्थ प्रभ तेरी शरणाई, हर दिन शरण नानक जपै सद सद बल जाई. O true Master, it is rather impossible for us to evaluate your greatness and might, as you are powerful enough and capable of bringing down the status of the highest and the mighty ones. At the same time, you are capable of bringing fame and honor to the lowly ones through your grace in no time and make them praiseworthy the day of facing death. For the faithless people has come near, and this world that appeared like a dream earlier has now become a dream only, as only our good deeds and virtues like the true name would accompany us now. O God Almighty, you are the God Creator of this universe, and we have sought your support only. O Nanak, I would offer myself as a sacrifice to the God and recite His true name day and night. Bilawal Mahilla Panjama, Jal tohe sis kar kar pag pakhlao, बार जाओ लख बेरियां दरस पेख जीवाओ, करो मनोरथ मनै माहे अपने प्रभ ते पावो, देओ सुहनी साध कै बीजन टोलावो रहाओ. O true Master, may I be enabled to carry water for you on my head and wash your holy feet with my hands. Then I would offer myself as a sacrifice to the holy saints 1,000,000 times and resurrect this dead and inactive mind with life and activity through a glimpse of holy saints. I am enabled by my true Master to fulfill all my worldly desires, whatever I have wished for. Now I sweep the place for the abode of holy saints and then serve them by fanning them. Pause. Amrit gun sant bolte, sun mane pilavo, उआ रस में ही शांत त्रिपत होए, बिखै जलन बुझावो, जब भगत करहै संत मंडली, तिन मिल हर गावो, करो नमस्कार भगत जन तूर मुख लावो, उठत बैठत जपो नाम, एहो करम कमावो, नानक की प्रभ बेनती, har saran samavo. The holy saints, they chant ambrosial praises of Vaheguru. As I listen, my mind drinks it in. That sublime essence calms and soothes me and quenches the fire of sin and corruption. When the galaxy of saints worship the God in devotion, I join them, singing the glorious praises of God. I bow to humble devotees and apply the dust of their feet to my face. Sitting down and standing up, I chant the Naam. That is what I do. This is my prayer, O Nanak, to God, that I may merge in His sanctuary. बिलावल महला पंजमा एव सागर सोई तराए जो हर गुण गाए साध संगत कै संग वसै वड पागे पाए सुन सुन जीवै दास तुम बाणी जन आखी प्रगट भई सब लोह में सेवक की राखी रहा. The person who sings the praises of God crosses this ocean of life successfully, and hardly any fortunate person predestined by God's will gets the company of holy saints to enjoy this bliss. O true Master, we the slaves of God lead a successful life by listening to the holy words of the saints. Now it has been known throughout the world that the God has protected the honor of His devotees through His grace. Pause. Agni sagar te kadhya prabh jalan bujhai amrit naam jal sanchaya gur bhai sahai. The true Master has saved His saints from the burning fire of this worldly ocean of vices and sins, having extinguished the fire of worldly desires and vicious thoughts. In fact, the people blessed with Guru's grace have watered the field of their minds with the nectar of God's true name and have enjoyed the eternal bliss. जन्म मरण दुख काटया सुख का थान पाया काटी सिलक प्रम मोह की अपने प्रभ पाया मत कोई जानो अवर कछ सब प्रभ कै हाथ सर्व सुख नानक पाए संग संतन साथ. People who have joined the company of holy saints and enjoyed eternal bliss and peace of mind have gotten emancipated from the sufferings of the cycle of births and deaths. The true Master has freed them from the bondage of worldly attachments and dual-mindedness, as the God has gotten pleased with their virtuous deeds. O brother, let it be clearly understood that everything is controlled by God Himself, and there is no one else having control or power over our doings. O Nanak, we have enjoyed all the worldly comforts and eternal bliss through the company of holy saints. Bilawal Mahalla Panjama बंधन काटे आप प्रभु हुआ कृपाल दीन दयाल प्रभु पार ब्रह्म ताके नदर निहाल गुरुपुरै कृपा करी काटया दुख रोग मन तन शीतल सुखी भया प्रभु त्यावन जोग रहाओ. Vaheguru has cut off, removed all our worldly bondage as He has favored us with His grace. God is our benefactor, through whose benevolence we have enjoyed the bliss and thrill of life. The perfect Guru has been kind to us and has rid us of all our afflictions and sufferings through His grace. Now our body has enjoyed all the worldly comforts, thus gaining peace and tranquility of mind as we have worshipped the true God, worthy of our worship and praise. Pause. औखद हर का नाम है जित रोग न व्यापे साध संग मन तन हित है फिर दुख ना जापै। हर 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 जापियै अंतर लिव लाई। किल बिखोतरै शुद्ध होए साधु शरणाई। सुनत जपत हर नाम जस ताकि दूर बलाई। महामंत्र नानक कथै हर के गुण गाई। The God's true name is the medicine for all ills. By reciting, we could cast away all our afflictions or sufferings. People who recite His true name with love and devotion in company of holy saints, they never undergo sufferings or hurdles. When we recite His true name by inculcating the love of God in our hearts, we could wash away all our sins. Thus we could purify our minds, taking refuge at the lotus feet of holy saints. O Nanak, people who listen to praises of God or His true name, they cast away all their sins. We recite the God's true name, the greatest sermon on earth, and sing the praises of God, thus enjoying peace of mind. बिलावल महला पंजमा पैथे उपजय भगत प्रभ अंतर होए शांत। नाम जपत गोविंद दा बिन सै प्रम प्रांत। गुरुपुरा जिस पेटिया ताकै सुख परवेश। मन की मत त्यागिए सुनिए उपदेश। रहाओ सिमरत सिमरत सिमरियै सो पुरख दातार। मन ते कभू न विसरै सो पुरख अपार। चरण कमल स्यों रंग लगा अचरज गुरुदेव। जाको कृपा करो प्रभ ताको लावो सेव। निध निधान अमृत पिया मन तन आनंद। नानक कभू न विसरै प्रभु परमानंद। We could develop the love of God's worship only when we inculcate the fear and regard of Vaheguru within our hearts, and through this worship only we enjoy peace and tranquility of mind. Then we could cast away all our whims and fancies by reciting God's true name. Whosoever has joined the company of perfect Guru enjoy peace and comforts of life. Let us then forsake our self-mindedness by accepting Guru's guidance and practically following his teachings. Pause. The God worthy of our remembrance and prayers is our benefactor. Let us therefore recite His true name and never forsake the true name of the limitless and all-powerful God from our mind. O true Master, the person who is bestowed with your service realizes the wonderful God. We develop the love for the lotus feet of wonderful Guru through His grace. O Nanak, such Guru-minded people have partaken the nectar of true name, the greatest treasure of worldly treasures, thus enjoying the eternal bliss of life in body and mind. The true Master has never forgotten holy saints, as they always remain blissful and thrilled. बिलावल महला पंजमा तुसन भुजी ममता गई। नाठे पै परमा थित पाई आनंद भया। गुर कीने तरमा गुरपुरा राधया। बिनसी मेरी पीर तन मन सब शीतल भया। पाया सुखबीर रहाओ। The Guru, through his kindness and benevolence, has cast away our worldly attachments, the fear of cycle of births and deaths, and extinguished the fire of worldly desires. Now we have enjoyed peace and tranquility of mind by attaining self-realization. I've recited the true name of God and prayed to the perfect girl, which has relieved me of anguish of my separation from my true master. Now we are enjoying peace and tranquility of body and mind, resulting in complete bliss and joy of life. Pause. सोवत हर जप जागया पेखया बिसमाद पी अमृत तृप्ता सया ताका अचरज स्वाद आप मुकत संगीत रे कुल कुटुंब धारे सफल सेवा गुरुदेव की निर्मल दरबारे नीचनाथ अजान मैं निर्गुण गुणहीन नानक को कृपा भई दास अपना कीन. When we were enlightened through Guru's grace with the mind awakened from slumber of ignorance, we enjoyed the bliss and thrill of life, reciting true name and perceiving the wonderful God. Now we are fully satiated by partaking the nectar of true name, as the taste of nectar of true name is wonderful. Now we have attained salvation ourselves along with many more companions, including all the family members who have been enabled to cross this ocean successfully. Now our service of the girl has borne fruit, and we are proceeding to God's presence with flying colors, fully purified. O Nanak, I was a poor, humble, foolish, virtueless person, but I was accepted by the God as his disciple through his grace. बिलावल महला पंजमा हर भगता का आसरा अननाही ठाव ताण दीवाण परवार तन प्रभ तेरा नाव कर कृपा प्रभु अपनी अपने दास रख लिए निंदक निंदा कर पचे जम काल ग्रसिए रहाव. O true Master, you are the only support of the holy saints, as they have no other place to look for their sustenance. God's true name is everything for the saints, including their strength. The company of holy congregation, their family, and their wealth. O true Master, you protected your devotees against all enemies or sufferings through your grace. All those people engrossed in the slander of your devotees have been burned in the fire of disqualification, and they have been caught by Yama, the god of death. Pause. संतान एक त्यावना दूसर को नाहे एकस आगे बेनती रवया सर्ब थाए. The holy saints have recited God's true name, as they have no other support except the true Master. The saints had only one objective: to seek the form of God through their prayers, thus realizing the omnipresence of God everywhere in equal measure. कथा पुरातन यो सुनी भगतन की बानी सगल दुष्ट खंड खंड किए जन लिए मानी. We have only heard the story of God rushing to the rescue of his saints on hearing their sound of murmur or prayer. Moreover, the God has destroyed the devils causing any sufferings to his saints, thus saving and accepting his saints, his devotees. Sat bachan nanak kahe परगट सब माहे प्रभ के सेवक शरण प्रभ तिनको भाव नाहे. O Nanak, I am repeating the story and the truth which is known all over the world that any person seeking refuge at the lotus feet of the God has nothing to fear from death. Bilawal Mahalla Panjama Bandhan Kaate Suprabhu Jaake Kalhat अवर कर्म नहीं छूटिए राखो हरनाथ तौ शरणागत माधवे पूरन दयाल छूट जाए संसार ते राखे गोपाल रहाओ. O God, the true Master, who is all-powerful, He destroys all the oppression and worldly bondage Himself. You alone could protect our honor by giving your helping hand, as we cannot escape this worldly bondage with any of our acts. O true Master, I have taken refuge at your lotus feet. Whosoever is given your protection gets freed from worldly bondage. Pause. आशा परम विकार मोह इनमें लोभाना झूठ समग्री मन वसी पार ब्रह्म न जाना परम ज्योत पूरन पुरख सब जी तुम्हारे ज्यों तो राखे त्यों रहा प्रभ अगम अपारे करण कारण प्रभ दे अपना नाओ नानक तरिये साध संग हर हर गुण गाओ. I've never realized your true form as my mind is always in worldly falsehood. I am engrossed in hopes, desires, whims and fancies, worldly attachments, including love of family and other vicious thoughts. O highest and noblest God, all the beings belong to you, beyond our reach and comprehension. You are there. I am always happy, satisfied to accept the state in which you keep me as per your will. O Nanak, we could cross this ocean of life successfully by joining the company of holy saints only. O true Master, I have only one urgent longing to sing your praises. I have only one prayer to make, that I may be blessed with the boon of your true name, as you are controlling everything, being the cause and effect of everything, and whatever takes place in the world is according to your dictates, as per your will.